A big hello and a warm welcome to all of you amazing and beautiful people out there. Welcome to my channel. Today I would like to talk to you about Twin Flame Guru, the only guru of Twin Flame journey, the only gurus who can help people immensely to fulfill their Twin Flame mission and also take them to the Twin Flame union. And though I have been talking about them in bits and pieces in my channelings each time I get the motivation and the guidance to do so, but because now we have reached to the final stages, which is right now I'm talking about illumination. Illumination is the 6th stage of Twin Flame journey, a very important stage again. All stages are very important, but you cannot reach illumination till the time you learn to surrender. And those people who learn to surrender, who are you surrendering to? Some of you have started to surrender, but some of the days you feel really great. You feel unconditional love in your blood and in your veins, and you're full of excitement and joy and happiness and gratitude. You feel so thankful that God has put you on Twin Flame journey. And suddenly one day, or maybe another day, next day, or even in the same day, something happens. You don't know why this up and down of energy is happening in your life again and again. You don't know, you're getting frustrated that you want to surrender fully, but you're not able to surrender fully. Though you know that this is the only way that I can get out of my misery. Because let's accept, and if you have not accepted yet, then I'm sorry to say you will not succeed. But let's accept that you are all miserable. You were all miserable. When the Divine Masculine ran away from you, then you were miserable, and even before that you were in misery. But what made you, or what made him get attracted to you in the first place was not the time when you were miserable. In fact, it was the time when you had surrendered. Though you were in the runner-chaser dynamic, but for some time you had surrendered. You were not trapped in the low frequency energies of romantic love. And I will explain this to you in one of the other videos, or maybe I'll see if I can adjust it here. But this low frequency love, as explained by another doctor, David Hawkins, he says that it is so full of misery, so much stress, so much negativity, the bondage, the slavery of desire. It is so high in this that this is a very low frequency type of love, and the whole world is actually looking for this love only. And because of this type of desire, most people are miserable, and they will always be miserable. There are people who are miserable for many lives put together. They cannot even get they cannot even think that there is a way out of this misery. So I am creating a new playlist called Ramayana and Mahabharata Diaries, because in Ramayana, we get to know about the story of Ram and Sita, who are our twin flame gurus, who we need to surrender to. And if I am going to give you some, other ways and methods and means, then it may not even help you so much. And my idea is that even if there are people who take therapies from me and readings from me, which is okay, which is great, but eventually you should all be independent. You should all be doing these things on your own. You should be able to do it on your own, right? And then of course I cannot help everyone personally also. It is not possible for me. So whosoever is destined, or if there is divine timing or whatever, there is a plan for the universe, I am not the person who decides who to give therapy and who to give readings. It has all been planned on its own. Even this channel, if you think that I'm the person who's doing all the work here and I'm doing something amazing, then I would like to remind you all that no, I am not the person who's doing anything. Because when I look back at my life, I really don't think I could have done it. Many years back, I didn't even know. When it was about writing the book In the Name of Love, at that point in time, in 2011, started from 2009-10. Actually, it was end of 9 when I started, and then 10 I wrote it in just 2-3 months, and then another few months went into the publishing and editing and things like that. And I honestly did not even know what love was. All I knew is that this is not love. Whatever I was seeing around me, it was making me very miserable. I did not want it. All I know is that. And then I had literally I felt tired of the lifestyle I was living. It was very, very, I don't even know how I was doing it. Sometimes I look at all the other people in the twin flame journey also, and all the light workers, all the ascensioners. I really feel the same, the way I used to feel for myself. When I see them in pain and misery, I feel that they're all basically doing, or they're basically programmed to believe that this is the true life, but this is not even life. You can't even call it life, because at that time we are all working like machines. We are all machines, that's it. Nothing more than machines. We wake up like machines, then we get ready like machines, then we get to doing things that we don't love or enjoy, but we have to do it because there's something called survival. But the practice of twin flame journey and the surrender to Ram and Sita will actually make you a human being from a machine. You will enjoy your life so much. So back then when I wrote In the Name of Love, and some of you know about In the Name of Love, but In the Name of Love is such a book. Even I did not know what I was writing. I had no idea about it, because I am not the person who's writing it. So I feel that I was channeling the stories back then. Imagine in 2010, 9 is when I started thinking about it. So 9 is not when I was writing. I was thinking about this subject. I wanted to know, what is this ultimate soulmate? Who is an ultimate soulmate? Do I have an ultimate soulmate? Because when I spoke to my own guru, he was physically present, so that is a great thing, and I could make him read it, and he gave me a feedback. So for many years that feedback became my source of energy and strength, because obviously it was not easy. After you do something like this, it's not easy to adjust your life in a normal way, right? So at that time he was in the physical body, he was there. And I had also written, there are 2-3 love making scenes also. So for some time I was a little shy also. What will he say? After all, he's my guru, that I have put love making scenes and things like that. But it was my belief that I need to be honest. I cannot be dishonest. This is how we learn. So many people learn when they get into sexual misconduct, or so many people learn when they are trapped in a relationship which is very sexual in nature, like how it happens in false twin relationships. Most of the divine feminines and masculines who get trapped into false twin relationship, they assume, or they think, they hope that this is true love. This person that I'm with, this is true love. So they try to satisfy that person in any which way they can. And then this becomes one of the key things for the other person, because this is what they demand. They will always demand only materialistic things. If you are in a false twin relationship, this is the best way to know. So any which way, I did not know what I was writing, and then at least 3 stories were given to me in a very miraculous way, in a very out of the world way. I don't think that I could have actually at that point in time, but I was just doing it. I could not understand why it's happening, but I just kept writing it. Be it the first story, be it the second story, be it the third story, I knew that this is not it is a mystical intervention that is happening, and this mystical intervention was so powerful that it made me realize that this earth that we see right now, the earth that we are living in, this is definitely temporary illusion. This can't be true, because if this is true, then what I'm experiencing, this can't be true, but this is also true, because now I have proof, I have validation, and I am the validation. My own experience, it can't be imagined. These things you cannot imagine. There has to be some intervention that takes place, a higher intervention takes place, and it's all purely because of the grace of Guru. And this is the reason why I tell everyone to surrender. Please surrender. If you're not going to surrender, then you will waste another 10 years, another 12 years. Do you want to do that? I'm sure you don't want to do that, because time is precious and time is limited. The time you have to do this work on planet Earth is absolutely limited. So what do you want to do about it? So this is the reason why I would be sharing the story of Ramayana, the story of Ram and Sita, because there is no other story on this planet. Be it Shiva, Shiva chants Ram, Shiva. The whole world says Om Namah Shivaya, Shiva, 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 Shiva. And whose name does Shiva chant? This is the same question that Parvati asked him. So the whole world is saying Om Namah Shivaya. Whose name do you chant? He says Ram. Ram, 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 Ram. That's what I chant all the time. So the love story of Ram and Sita, it is the best, the purest ever love story, because this is a twin flame love story. It is not any other love story. It is a twin flame love story. To be in the twin flame relationship, to be in the twin flame journey. And you know why you are lucky? If you are a divine feminine and you are listening to this, you are so lucky because you get to do this spiritual work. And even your divine masculine will be thankful to you later on, because you are going to pass it on to him. How a monad twin, in a monad twin situation, it is the feminine who becomes a teacher of the masculine, who guides him the right path. Because even he is trapped in the worldly things, even he is confused with the materialistic world, the matrix reality. Your divine masculine, you have to help him out, because he is the one who helped you out too. If he hadn't run away from you, you would not have been here. Now obviously I am catering to a larger audience. It is a generic audience. So I cannot pinpoint and I cannot speak about every personal situation, and that's the reason why for personal readings, guidance on dream interpretation, because dream space work is very important in this journey. Counseling and therapies, please go through the description box first, and once you're sure, then write to me at thesunamoon@gmail.com. All this while I wasn't prepared myself to work on the dream interpretation course, so I had not mentioned about it. But now that there are people who are very much interested in it, there are people who want to do lucid dreaming, there are people who want to do astral projections, there are people who want to control their state of mind in dream space. There are people, when they wake up in the morning after nightmares or after some weird dreams, a lot of energy goes by in thinking about what to do next or how to handle the whole day, because the dream space, they're being attacked by negative energies during that and they don't know how to deal with them. So we need to work on that as well. Now when it comes to twin flame intuitive readings, I prefer not knowing anything about your twin flame journey in advance, beforehand. I know there are a lot of twin flame healers and coaches who ask you to send them everything, but you also, please be logical. If somebody knows everything about your twin flame journey, what are they going to do in the reading? They can easily tell you this is this, this is this, this is that. So if you want genuine reading, if you want genuine solutions, then best is to not tell me anything. I will tell you, you can send me questions, that's all right. But I will tell you, or we will discuss what we need to discuss during the reading. During the reading, and all those people who have taken readings from me, they know what I'm talking about, right? So for therapies, please send me, and again that is also a process, because in therapies we have a proper course. So I will ask you to share with me different facets of your life so that we can heal the wounded inner child, which then can help you to get 5D union. And without 5D union there is no 3D union ever happening. So 5D union is actually union. So you can also get my book In the Name of Love, which has 5 channel twin flame stories based on the journey of finding an ultimate soulmate. You can connect with me on Instagram at the Sunamoon Goddess, and you can also subscribe to the Sunamoon vlogs to get interesting content supporting Ascension lifestyle. Yes, Ascension is a lifestyle. So now let's start with one very important question. And this is a question which will greatly help people in the twin flame journey, because you also feel abandoned. You also feel that your masculine ran away from you, or you feel that bad things are happening to you in the twin flame journey. You don't deserve it. You don't deserve to be so lonely. You don't deserve to be so sad and miserable and neglected and all those negative emotions. You're angry. Some of you are angry. Some of you write a lot of angry comments to me also, as if I am the divine masculine. I am not your divine masculine. I hope you realize that. I hope you remember that. I am just the channeler. There are some people who are assuming that their divine masculine, specifically theirs is coming to me for a therapy, and I don't know, they start writing to me like long emails and comments that please tell this to him now. And I find it really hilarious, to be honest. More than upsetting, it's hilarious. But then it's very stupid to see that you are writing all this negativity and all this anger and frustration. It's all right, you want to vent it out. But what will you get? I mean, I don't mind. You can write whatever you want. It's a public channel and there are public comments which I don't even delete many times. So what will you gain? My question is, what will you gain by doing all these things? Nothing, right? So now, Ram and Sita. Let's understand. Ram and Sita are the twin flame guru. They are the incarnation of Vishnu and Lakshmi on planet Earth. But their incarnation was very specifically designed. They had a curse. I will come to that curse also. I will explain the curse of Vrinda. Vrinda was a devotee of Vishnu. She had cursed Vishnu to go to planet Earth, or to not even Earth, to live in the separation, with the separation of his beloved wife. That was the curse of Vrinda, and that curse happened much before Ramayana. So when Vishnu gets cursed, now Vishnu and Lakshmi are not separate. They are both the same. Lakshmi and Vishnu are the same, just like Ram and Sita are the same. And this is what I tell you also. You and your divine masculine are not different. You are the same, which you don't realize, but you will realize in due course of time, if you haven't realized it yet. And you will be very thankful to him that he came in your life, he treated you badly, he ran away. But you will only thank him when you start experiencing unconditional love, because unconditional love is so beautiful, it is so magical. I cannot even describe it in words. You can only feel it, and you will learn by feeling only. You can't learn by, just I tell you that, hey, that's unconditional love, and you start feeling it. You will feel it. But yes, these channelings really should help you. I mean, that is my endeavor, and that is my intention also, that anybody who gets the channelings or all these messages, they basically find unconditional love. If not now, then I don't know, sometime in the due course of time, in divine timing, whenever it is meant to be, if they get unconditional love, I would be very happy, to be honest. So now, Ram and Sita's story, I'm not going to tell it in linear fashion right now. I'm going to tell you different parts and places, and you will understand why am I doing this also. So they loved each other so much. So when you are the same, when you and your masculine are the same, the love you feel is so beautiful, right? You cannot say that this is conditional love or worldly love. This is out of the world experience. It's beautiful. So both of them loved each other so much. But they were cursed. There was a curse of separation on them even before they were born. But they are not like other people. They are Vishnu and Lakshmi. They are the ones, the preservers of planet Earth, the preserver of the worlds. All the worlds, they preserve it. Vishnu is the preserver. Okay? Vishnu is a dimension. Lakshmi is a dimension. When you understand Lakshmi, the goddess of abundance, why is she called the goddess of wealth and abundance? Because abundance and wealth has got nothing to do with cash. Now, most people who are stuck in survival mode, they can never feel this abundance because they are living their lives just to survive. Once you get the grace of Lakshmi, you will actually step out of the fear of survival, which most people can't afford to do. They pray. In India, everyone prays to Lakshmi. They pray to goddess Lakshmi. But again, they are praying because they feel that, they will get some treasure, they will get some money somewhere, some jackpot. If you really figure out abundance, you don't even need to ask for anything. You will think about it, you will have an intention, and that will turn into a manifestation. So, they were together and they got separated. Alright? But Ram made all the possible efforts because Ram only wanted to be worthy of Sita. That was always Ram's desire, always his wish, always his, from within, he only wanted to be fully worthy of Sita and then be with Sita, You all, one fine day, your goal should be to be at a place in your life where Ram and Sita, Ram, the ultimate divine masculine, and Sita, the ultimate divine feminine, they live in your hearts. When the masculine and feminine both live in your hearts in perfect union, not in separation, in union, that is the time you will experience unconditional love permanently. And I have also mentioned this, that there are people who are coaching all their students to be in a harmonious union. But even a harmonious union has no guarantee. A harmonious union can break. Why? Why will it break? Because it is not a permanent union. So Ram and Sita, basically, they came back from Lanka. Sita was abducted by Ravan. He had kidnapped her, and Ravan was the demon god. I won't say God, the Lord of demons. God cannot be used with a person like Ravan. He was very talented, artistic. He had made great music. He had made a country made of gold. The name of his country was Lanka, which is now called Sri Lanka. Back then it was Sone ki Lanka, which means the golden Lanka. He was very powerful. He was very mighty. He had so many things. He had all the luxuries you cannot even imagine. He had many wives. But the problem with Ravan was, after all, he was a Rakshas. He was a Asur. Sur means a tune. Asur means somebody who doesn't have a tune. We have one head. Imagine he had 10 heads. Some of the heads would give him great advice. Some of his heads would tell him, you are the only one, ultimate. It was really difficult for anyone to defeat this demon Ravan, because Ravan was also a devotee of Shiva. He did so much meditation, he did so much, you can say, devotion of Shiva, that Shiva gave him a boon. Shiva is very known for that. Anyone who's looking for these type of boons, you can go to Shiva. If Shiva is pleased, Shiva will give that to you. But Shiva is chanting Ram. They don't understand. Some of the devotees don't understand. Shiva also wants you to chant Ram. That's all Shiva wants you to do, because Shiva wants you to be on the path of truth. Shiva is a dimension. Shiva is such a dimension. Lord of animals, Lord of dancing, a hippie by soul. He would not care about what other people think about his hair, about his clothes, about his lifestyle. He does what he likes to do. He likes to be authentic, the most authentic version of himself. And Shiva's wife is Parvati. Do you think that Shiva and Parvati had it easy in the twin flame journey? Because Shiva and Parvati also went through a twin flame journey. First Shiva was with Sati, then Sati ended her life on her own. So it was very painful for Sati as well and for Shiva as well. And then Parvati was born. Parvati was born because Shiva went into deep penance, and that awakened or gave birth to Parvati. And then Parvati was rejected by him. We all know the story. If you don't, then I will share the story as well later on, or you can Google about it. So now this demon Ravan, who had pleased Shiva and got this boon that no one can kill him, had abducted Sita, goddess Sita, divine feminine Sita, because he wanted Sita to be his wife. He wanted what Ram had. And in the past also he had wanted to go to her Swayamvar, but it was not possible. It was not given to him. And obviously he knew that Ram is going to kill him. Ram might kill him. So he already was in plans to somehow kill Ram. And he knew because he had done all these tapasyas and prayers and chants and blah 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 to get all the power. This is the problem with worldly people, the demons. They only want power, name, fame, recognition, beautiful body, good looking partners. That's all they want. So they never touch unconditional love ever. They'll never find out. That's how Ravan was. He had everything in the worldly world that you can imagine, you can think of. But he did not have unconditional love. He had no idea what unconditional love was. But he wanted it too, but he could not get it. Simple as that. He's not ready to let his ego go. All those people who basically live in the ego, they are living like Rakshasas. They are Asuras. There are many people who meditate, I know that. Personally also I keep meeting such people. They meditate a lot, they do this, they do that. But when you ask them, why are you doing this? It's very funny. One lady once asked me, please do my healing. I said, what do you mean by healing? Can you tell me what is the meaning? Oh, I will get a lot of good things in life. So I was like, oh, so you only want good things? Yes, I want good things. So I said, I'm the wrong person for you then. I might tell you to leave some of the good things, then what will you do? Biggest thing I would tell people is to quit attachment, because your attachments defy your mind so much. You can never be happy if you're so attached to so many things. So same is the case of Ravan. He is so attached to his own identity. I am Ravan, I am Ravan, I am Ravan. Even when we say this thing, I am Ravan, I am this, I am that, it is so full of ego, right? So now finally I will come to those stories also, because this is the first diary for Ramayana. So one by one you will get to know all of those parts and all the stories, everything one by one, hopefully, if it is destined, if it is meant to happen like this. I will tell you how Ravan dies and everything you will get to know. But finally, in this session, I'll tell you that Ravan is killed by Ram. Ram kills him. And now Sita and Ram, who were separated because of Ravan, they were living in separation, and she was abducted, so it must have been very painful for both of them. And Ram was himself at that time in exile. He was exiled by his stepmother. So he was not living like a crown prince. He was not living like a king. He had nothing. He was on foot. He had very basic clothes, and with his brother Lakshman and with his wife Sita, they had made beautiful house in the woods, in the jungle, and that's where they were living with all the jungle animals and birds, surviving on organic food, fruits, and whatever they could get in the jungle, and living a beautiful life, because they are on exile. They've been sent out. And this is the time when Ravan had planned. He planned a treacherous plot. He made a plot and he kidnapped Sita. So after the war and everything, Ravan is killed. Now Ram is taking Sita back to his kingdom, Ayodhya. And now, in between also many things happen, like I'll tell you soon, chapter by chapter. Now they are happy in Ayodhya, they are both living their lives. But a time comes when Ram has to give up on Sita. He has to literally give up on her. And this is a very painful time for Ram, very painful time. Now there are different stories actually. Ramayana has a very pure story. The main plot has not been touched by anyone. That is the power of Ram. Ram's story, Ram Katha as we say, is the only story which is the oldest in the world, and yet people have not been able to change it. But people have written it in their own versions. The first version was obviously by Valmiki. So the version is one of the versions which I kind of resonate with because I know Sita is a very powerful goddess. She is an ascended master. So ascended masters are not attached to worldly things. They are not attached to what other people want in life. They are experiencing unconditional love, and their mission work is number one. Now Sita and Ram's mission work on earth was to kill the demons, to finish the demons, wipe out the demons, and the demon lord was Ravan, who was giving energy to other demons. Just the way nirvanas or devs, devtas, or even humans, we get our energy from source, right? And source is abundant. There is, the energy can never end, full of love, full of love, full of love, full of love. Similarly, for the demons, the energy is Ravan. Even if Ravan has died, it does not mean that, he's not giving energy, because he created an energy portal. One of the energy portal is in India, and it is called Maya Nagari, which was created by Marich. Marich was the same character who turned himself into a golden deer. And that's how they were able to kidnap Sita. Because Sita and Ram and Lakshman, all Hindu gods and goddesses, they are big time animal lovers. Big time animal lovers. Because animals give us so much unconditional love, and since they live in the state of unconditional love, they are very much connected to animal kingdom and even the plant kingdom. That's why they live such healthy lives, So they are greatly fond of animals, and so many deers. Deers are also like dogs. If you ever get a chance to go to a jungle or a place where you have a lot of deers, if you pet the deer, you will realize that they are just like dogs. They like to be, you can pet them, and they like to hang out around you. If you're sitting, they'll all sit around you. They are not scared of people who are especially in ascension journey, or especially who love animals. And animals have their own way of living. There is an ecological balance that they follow. They don't mate 24/7 like humans. They are not like sex hungry people. They only do it when it is season, because nature wants them to reproduce. And if, animals eat each other also, that is again a way of, ecosystem. That's a way of how Mother Nature, how Mother Earth keeps everything intact, life cycle intact. But what humans do is crazy. We don't need to eat animals. Do we need to? We have so much food, especially now. If an animal wants to eat another animal or another bird, or if the bird wants to eat worms, that is their lifestyle. That is how God has created them. But we are not created like that. We don't need all this mutton or chicken or beef or this or that, or eating pigs or eating cows or eating goats and eating chicken and this and that. We don't need it. It is not even made for our body. It's not even healthy for our body, but we do it, right? So anyway, so Ram and Sita, Lakshman, they are all living in the jungle, and there is this golden deer that has been sent to distract them. So many years ago, Ravan had made all these portals for demonic energies, where demons flourish, or good people, pure souls will get attracted to these portals, because these portals or these places give certain illusions. And any illusion, let me tell you what are the main illusions that demonic energy will offer you. Number one is going to be name, fame, recognition, money, sex, body, beauty, all these things they'll offer you. And they'll always tell you in such a nice sugar-coated way that this is for all of you, to have and enjoy forever. They use this word forever. You'll get it forever. If you are actually followers of Ram and Sita, because who is Ram? Vishnu. Who is Sita? Lakshmi. You think that they will ever let you be in any lack or limitation? Even when you have some certain type of lacks and limitations, be very sure that they are testing you. If you are in ascension journey. Because most ascensioners, which I have also noticed personally, they are not very attracted to these worldly things. If they are somehow into that job or a business or a profession, they just take it as a profession. In fact, there are some people, even in ascension, they get popular. There are people who talk about them, and we still talk about Rahim and Kabir. They are all ascension coaches, teachers, gurus. Gurus, I would say. Not even coach or teacher. Coach and teacher can be used for a small person like me, I would say. So, or a therapist. Therapist is the best way you can say that what I do is therapy, that's it. Therapy, YouTuber, whatever, writer, author. So, this portal, Maya Nagari, it is in Bombay. There's a huge state in India, Maharashtra. But this, because this is all energy. So the energy operates in this Maya Nagari, because there they offer people name, fame, recognition, money, this and that. These are all things that ego offers you. As I said, you can become popular, but then that popularity or that love is not yours forever. Like, you don't attach yourself with it. Tomorrow, you divine feminines, you heal, say 20 people, 30 people, 40 people, and they like your work and they want to come back to you again and again. Then your job also is to connect them to source, not to you. Because you can't provide them energy all the time. If you will think that you are providing them energy, then you will be completely drained. You will be sitting in one corner with no energy yourself. And that's why some of the healers who come to me also, I ask them, what is your source of energy? Where do you get energy from? So they don't know where they get the energy from, because for some people it's natural ability to heal. But when they heal so many people, there are dark energies, there are this energy, that energy, they are drained completely, and then they cannot even get up from that place, that corner. And this is the reason why you need to surrender to source, because most of you have some intuitive abilities or healing abilities. So anyway, Ram and Sita now have to be separated, and Ram is very worried. He is a king after all, and the reason why he is called Uttam Purush, which means the perfect man, the perfect manifestation of a human being, he goes to Sita. In some of the stories, this is one slight difference, but I would rather think that Sita knew it in advance, because Sita is a very strong, courageous goddess. She is Shakti for Ram. She is the one who gives energy to Ram, right? Like how Sati Parvati is Shakti for Shiva. Similarly, Ram is Shakti for, Sita is Shakti for Ram. All you divine feminines, you are the Shakti for your divine masculines. Never forget that. He is getting, be it negative energy or positive energy, whatever energy, he is getting it from you only. And again, gender does not play a role in this. You can be divine feminine in man's body, you can be divine masculine in female's body also. Alright? So, now the time has come that they both have to be separated, and Sita has to be sent on exile. Why she's sent on exile? Because there are some people in his kingdom who are not happy with their union. And Ram, being Ram, the greatest king of all times, he is not like current days prime ministers and politicians and presidents and whosoever's. Even a small time, I would like to say, even a small time person who has a very small post in some kind of a ministerial job, even that person has so much ego. That person also only thinks about himself. Like, what am I personally gaining from this? Everyone is like that. But Ram is a big example for anyone who's doing mission work and anyone who's serving other people, how he never kept himself on priority. He said that the king is not a king. Like most people say, king is a ruler. He's ruling everyone. For him, he said that I am a public servant. My mission is to serve my public, my people. First, I had to kill the demon Ravan, and now I have to create a state of, where people are happy and peaceful, and most people are practicing ascension. He wanted his people to also practice ascension work. So he was like, okay, I have to go away from Sita. I cannot live with Sita because this is my mission to serve people, and my people don't want me to be with her. I have to change their mind. I have to tell them that Sita is purely my beloved. Sita only loves me. Sita never even thought of Ravan even for a second while Ravan had abducted her. So he tells this to Sita just one night before. He tells Sita that I have to give up on you as a king. And Sita tells him, what is stopping you then? Why are you worried? Because as much as Ram is the king, Sita is the queen. Her mission, Ram and Sita have the same mission on planet Earth, is to spread unconditional love. That is why their story of unconditional love is so beautiful, because this is the only goal of their lives, to spread unconditional love wherever possible on planet Earth and turn Earth. And even when dark ages happen, Like in the dark ages, you will notice, you will see that all good things diminish, all good things are over. Again, not in the context of good and bad. I mean anything which is connected to unconditional love, purity, the essence of truth. Everything will die, everything will perish. Technology will perish. That's why in dark ages there was no technology, zero technology. Now we are still better because we are not in dark ages completely. We are ascending right now. There was a time when if you write one letter to someone, that letter would reach after 1 month or 2 months to the person you're sending it to. How bad the situation was. The lifespan was very, very less. And the worst thing is, in the dark ages, the condition of women is very bad. Toxic, either it is a toxic feminine who is ruling, who is happy enjoying, because she is using her body to seduce other men and get things done from them. Completely body oriented woman, no soul. She has killed her soul. She has sold her soul to devil. But in the dark ages, the only thing that will sustain, the only thing that will continue is the love story or the story, the ascension story. There are by many names you can describe it. The story of Ram and Sita, Ramayana. Ramayana will never be touched. So in the dark ages also, anyone who wanted to get free from the worldly trap, anyone who wanted to experience unconditional love, find unconditional love, get nirvana, get freedom from the bondage and the slavery, you can chant, you can listen to Ram's story. That is the power of Ramayana. That is the story of Ram and Sita. It is so pure story. Such a pure story. Even in dark ages, nothing can touch it. Nothing can do anything to it. So, this is a way of freedom from the bondage, the slavery of the mind. Because mind will never want you to be happy. You'll keep scrolling your phone whole day, scrolling for hours and hours and hours, looking at your news feed, scrolling for all the stupid things. You've spent so many hours of a day, wasting time. I mean, technology can be useful also. The same technology connects us with people all over the world. Like right now, we are connected to each other thanks to technology. But technology should not make you a slave of it. Should not be a bondage. Right? People are so addicted on these social media applications. People are so addicted because it gives you an expression to talk about your ego. All the social media apps are designed in such a way that the people who are using it are only going to praise themselves and show to the other world how happy they are. Or they are going to express things which are connected to materialistic achievements. I mean, if a girl puts a photograph of a puppy, it might not get so many likes and appreciation. But if she posts a photo of her living in a cruise, living the most fancy life, drinking the best alcohol, wearing the biggest brands, people would go, wow, what a life, when I want to live this life. So smart use of technology is very important. And most of the people who are in ascension journey, please use these applications to share things about your ascension journey, to share things about healthy lifestyle, to share things that connect you to unconditional love. Even if you share your photographs, you're looking healthy and happy, yes, that's fine. The thin line has to be, avoid. That thin line is always there. You can either share your photographs, hoping that you will get number of likes and comments, and those likes and comments will make you feel so happy. Like you will get validation that you are amazing, you are happy, you are beautiful, you are this, you are that. Then you are in the trap. But if you share things just like that, just because, it's fun, not for validation, just because it's fun, then you will personally feel, you won't even care how many people liked or commented, you won't even check. But if you see someone writing something nice, you'll be like, okay, let me thank this person. So it's a thin line. But if that post of yours is making you uncomfortable, like you're checking again and again, how many people liked it, how many people said this, how many people said that, please let me check. You leave everything, and then if you don't, then next time you are going to make content which is designed in such a way that it gets appreciation from other people. Then definitely you're stuck in the trap. This is where I will pause for this particular session. I would now try to upload continuous sessions, which would be an hour or something long, because for me also it's, it becomes a little difficult to take a pause in between and then come back to it. So I will try to do that. Channelings can still be slightly smaller, but consider this to also be channelings. These are being shared with you for a reason. So I will continue. When Ram has to send Sita on exile, what is Sita's state of mind? What is Ram's state of mind? Why does he do that? Because even now, people who live in the zone of ego, they blame Ram, or they say why he did that. If he is such an unconditional lover, why did he give up on Sita? Why did he let her go? Why did he question her? He never questioned her personally. He always knew, and that is why he was in pain. Like if your divine masculine knows that you are beautiful, you are loving, you are kind, and still he has to give up on you, imagine how much pain he would go through. Obviously, we are not living in those times. We are living in ascending Dwapar, so the masculines still, they are kind of delusion. They don't know how much the feminine loves him and what is the, how he feels, how she feels for him. They don't know. For them, it is a challenge to actually overcome the karmic templates. And they will only do it once they mirror you, the divine feminines. If masculines are also listening to this, then I don't want you to force love someone. If you are not sure about what to do next, and if you are not yet sure that, your feminine is really what I am saying or what she is saying, don't do anything. Do whatever your soul is guiding you to do. But I know if you are here and if you are listening to this, then you know that you do love her. By now you know that. Even if you've been away for a couple of years, I would say, if you are in no contact situation for a good amount of time, you still know that you love her. That's why you want to do something about it. You know, but you don't know what to do and how to do and when to do. So that's okay. Most important thing is that you should know that you love each other the most. There's no other man or woman you are interested in. There are definitely defilements in all our minds. We are not perfect people. We are not perfect humans. And we are in the ascension journey only to let go of our defilements, only to become a person who controls their mind and not the other way around. Why he gave up on Sita? And why Sita was not unhappy about it? Why was she happy about it? Eventually, she was happy about it. And what was her advice to him, and what were the things he said to her? They were both so much in love with each other, are in love with each other, they are beloveds of each other. So for them, letting each other go for the happiness of other people was not easy. But they did not take a second even to decide that we are on a mission and our mission requires us to be separate right now. So we have to be physically separate. But they were never separate actually. They were always in union. And that's the reason why it was easy for them to actually be in separation. Easier than obviously anyone else who was not going through union. So on that note, I will come back to it and we will continue with this question. And one love and peace out.